It was a much-anticipated ruling to shed light on whether the public protector's findings are binding, an issue central to the Nkandla controversy.
Thuli Madonsela wants President Jacob Zuma to pay back some of the money for non-security related upgrades to his private home. The ANC and the opposition claimed that Motsoeneng's judgment vindicated their clashing views on her powers.
Hailed as a landmark ruling by both political parties and legal experts. For the first time, a South African court has interpreted the powers of the public protector. Judge Ashton Schippers ruled that the public protector's findings are not binding. If that was the intention, the Constitution would have said so. But that doesn't mean Madonsela's findings and remedial action are mere recommendations, which an organ of state can ignore. If they are rejected, cogent reasons have to be provided.
We are pleased with the judgment of the High Court because it provides clarification to a complex matter that we have always held a view in the ad hoc committee that the reports of the public protector, number one, are not enforceable and they are not binding, but of course they cannot be ignored.
And that's why the ANC says the Nkandla ad hoc committee was established. Opposition parties in the committee demanded the public protector's recommendations be enforced. When the ANC disagreed, they walked out.
It is a very significant judgment indeed, because what it does is it establishes the enforceability of public protector's findings and remedial action. Because what it does do is it says that if one disagrees with a finding, one needs to do so on rational grounds, and if one wants to disagree with it, then one has to go to court to have the judgment of the public protector set aside.
A constitutional law expert agrees that both parties should feel vindicated, but neither can claim total victory.
So both sides says, oh, okay, well, we've won. So on the one hand, the one side says, as we said, that these are not actually binding like a court judgment. On the other hand, the other side says, well, they might not be binding like a court action, but they have to be taken seriously. And if you fail to implement them and you have no rational reason to do so, the court will force you to do so.
It's still unclear whether opposition parties will now return to the ad hoc committee or if they'll wait it out and ask the court to enforce Madonsela's recommendations. Nkandla, SABC News, Parliament.